Marama Davidson.
Ki te pirimia, e tautoko ana ia I ngā...
Wait on. Questions heard in silence.
Tēnā koe e te pika. Ki te pirimia, e tautoko ana ia I ngā kōrero me ngā mahi katoa a tōna kāwanatanga.
Yes.
Ka whakarongo tōna kāwanatanga ki ngā kaitautohe neke I te tekau mano I hikoitia I tāmaki makaurau, mō te kāwanatanga kia whakatau mena he motu hake a Palestinian, me te mahi hāmene I te teitei kia I haraia.
Well, as the member will be aware, we have a long-standing bipartisan position on support for a two-state solution in Israel and Palestine, as was imagined in 1947. It's a very complex issue. There are strongly held views across New Zealand society, probably across this Parliament, and we are carefully considering our position on that statement about recognition. And I would just say to the member, but this is also a government that has imposed sanctions on Israel, and we continually look to see what more we can do as well.
Reo Māori. He aha tāna whakahoki kōrero.
Start again.
He aha tāna whakahoki kōrero ki te honga whakapono nā rātou tēnei tohu I waho I te tari a Nicola Willis, nā rātou I ki atu. It is clear New Zealand is not doing all it can to intervene and put pressure on Israel to uphold international law.
A point of order, the Honourable Shane Jones.
It should be completely evident to you, sir, that the Prime Minister has no responsibility of randoms holding signs up outside a list member's office.
No, but the question was, what would he say? And the assumption is that Prime Ministers do have opinions. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, I disagree completely with the assertion that there have been no sanctions applied to Israel. We have placed travel bans on extremist politicians and senior ministers because of extremist rhetoric that has been used. We have placed travel bans on Israeli extremist settlers in the West Bank, and we have also we're very limited trade. We've had no records of approval under our export controls regime since 2003. What I would love to hear from the member is calling out Hamas as a terrorist organisation for October the 7th, where 1,200 innocent Israelis were killed and 251 hostages were taken, and calling for an immediate release of those hostages, as much as we call for Israel to make sure it looks after civilians and it gives unfettered, unhindered access and humanitarian assistance and aid.
Well done.
Ka whakatau te kāwanatanga I te motu haketanga o Palestinian, ki te kore, heha e kore ai.
Well, as the member is aware, and we have been very transparent, we are working our way through a cabinet process to arrive at a final decision about our position on that. Some of our friends around the world have moved forward with recognition, others have not. We will make our own independent decision and work our way through this issue carefully and considering all the different factors and the complexities involved. But I would just say to the member, irrespective of the decision on the recognition of a Palestinian state, what is very important is that Hamas releases hostages, Israel makes sure it protects civilians and allows unhindered humanitarian assistance and aid, and everyone gets to a ceasefire so peace and stability can come out in the Middle East.
Heha te kāwanatanga e kore nei e whakamōhio atu ki ngā tangata o Aotearoa. I te kōwhiringa a te kāwanatanga, me te tūranga e kawe atu a Winston Peters ki te runanga whakakotahi I ngā iwi o te ao.
Well, we will when we have a final cabinet decision.
Ki te whai paenga ngā rauna toru takau mārua a te kāwanatanga I ngā hāmene ohanga kia ruhia, ka whai hoki te kāwanatanga I tētahi rauna ake o ngā hāmene kia I haraia, kei tua atu ngā hāmene ki ngā minita e rua anake.
I think the member is misunderstanding or not understanding what actions have already been taken. We have issued travel bans on 2 extremists and senior ministers in the Netanyahu government. We have called out illegal settlements on the West Bank and likewise put bans around travel associated with extremist Israeli settlers. We have very little trade with Israel ourselves, and importantly, we've made sure with our regime that we haven't sent products to the IDF since 2006, 2003, as far as records go back. So I would just put it to the member that we have had sanctions on Israel. We are consistently calling out actions that we disagree with, but I would ask that member to take a balanced view and actually call out the unacceptable, abhorrent behaviour of Hamas as well.